Whether it's a craft brew or one of the biggest brands on the planet, these cities are the best places on earth to enjoy a cold one. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 beer cities. For this list, we've narrowed our picks down to the cities that have the biggest or most unique beer cultures, based on brands that are produced there, the number of pubs they have, or anything else that makes their appreciation for beer stand out from the rest of the pack. This will also be one video in a larger series of the top 10 lifestyle cities, so there will be lists for the best cities for sports, architecture, nightlife, and more. Number 10. Edinburgh, Scotland. It's well known that drinking is a Scottish pastime, and the city claims to have the highest concentration of pubs in all of Europe. Whether or not that's based on fact is up for debate, but what we know for sure is that beer culture in Scotland's capital is definitely one of the best Britain has to offer. A pint in the city will run you roughly $4 to $6, and in the good old days, a Scottish pint was also way bigger than average, with several brands being brewed right in Edinburgh and exported across the globe. The city's fondness for beer is proof that they're more than just Scotch lovers. Number 9. Tokyo, Japan. With a thriving, albeit somewhat pricey craft beer culture, Tokyo is not only a popular beer city because of its status as the world's largest city by population. Beer gardens, major breweries, and even a beer museum can all be found in Tokyo, as well as the annual Great Japan Beer Festival. With world-class brands like Sapporo and Asahi coming out of Japan, it's no wonder the capital city is a thriving one, appreciated by beer drinkers the world over. Number 8. Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Montreal might have some of Canada's best brew pubs, as well as the legendary Molson Brewery, and Toronto might have popular brands like Mill Street and Steam Whistle, but Vancouver takes the stein as beer capital of the Great White North. Why? Because it's arguably the country's craft beer king. This coastal city is home to one of the country's first craft breweries, the Horseshoe Bay Brewery, and the Granville Island Brewery sells its beer all over the country. With new microbreweries popping up constantly, BC Beer reigns supreme in Canada. Number 7. London, England. Contrary to popular belief, the beer in this country isn't served warm, and if you haven't had a nice cold pint in a proper pub while taking in a game of footy, you've been missing out on an essential English experience. London is at the center of such traditions, as the city is filled with some of the world's oldest and best traditional pubs, as well as many breweries that produce local brewed ales and lagers. With a history as one of the first locations to brew stout, porter, and India Pale Ale, London has recently experienced a revival in its craft beer scene after decades of dormancy, meaning the city's beer future is bright as well. Number 6. Brussels, Belgium. The capital and largest city in Belgium is known for more than just waffles and chocolate. In fact, the Belgians' love of beer is matched only by their skill at producing it. In fact, at one point, even Catholic churches got in on the brewing action as a way to raise money. Sure, Bruges might also be famous for its beer tourism and festivals, but Brussels beers come in varieties like Dubbels, Triples, Lambic, and Flemish Red. And every September, Brussels hosts the Belgian Beer Weekend right in the heart of the city. Number 5. Prague, Czech Republic. Home of the Pilsner and first in the world in terms of per capita beer consumption, this city is a must for beer connoisseurs and European travelers. Why? Well, to start, they've been brewing this stuff since 993. It's a huge part of the local culture, with various different styles being produced locally. Plus, the beer is just dirt cheap. Whether it's a visit to the Pilsner Urquell Brewery, the Czech Beer Festival, or a taste of whatever Prague's nightlife can offer, this city is full of possibilities. Just take a page out of the locals book. They drink about 40 gallons of beer per person per year. Number 4. Amsterdam, Netherlands. When your country's biggest beer exports are names like Heineken, Grolsch, and Amstel, you're no slouch in the beer-making department. With a long history of beer brewing and beer drinking, and with each citizen drinking an average of 20 gallons of the stuff each year, the Netherlands is most famous for its pale lagers. If you're visiting this Venice of the North, the Heineken Experience Brewery Tour is a popular stop. But whether you're enjoying it on a canal in sunny summer weather, inside a pub, or while doing other recreational things, beer in Amsterdam is one of the city's most popular and best exports. Number 3. Portland, Oregon, USA. Known for its unique take on beer culture, this city has one of, if not the best scenes for craft beer in the U.S. Whether you're more interested in the brewery experience, beer festivals, food and beer pairings, or something else entirely, Portland likely has a beer experience to suit your mood. Portland's also known for its organic beers, like the ones you'll find at Hopworks Urban Brewery, just one of the world record 60-plus licensed breweries in the city. Although New York, San Diego, and Asheville, North Carolina are also known for their local microbrews, Portland has a reputation for craft beers that earns it nicknames like Beertown, Brewtopia, and Beervana. Number 2. Dublin, Ireland. You might think that the best kind of beer to drink in this Irish city is a pint of Guinness. Well, although this native stout is very popular in Dublin, where the most famous attraction in town is the Guinness Brewery and Storehouse, there's so much more to Dublin's beer culture than the black stuff. You'll stumble on a pub around practically every corner, with roughly 1,000 of them found throughout the city, where you can commiserate with friendly locals and try a local craft brew or another Irish brand like Kilkenny, Harp, Smithwick's, and many others. Before we toast our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Munich, Bavaria, Germany. When your city hosts Oktoberfest, how could it not be number 1 on a list of the world's best beer cities? Each autumn, roughly 6 million people make the pilgrimage to this Bavarian city to partake in local culture and local beer. That's right, beer served at Oktoberfest must meet specific standards, so only Munich brands like Paulaner and Löwenbräu make the cut. Beyond this 16-day festival, Munich is also home to various beer gardens, which are just what they sound like. With 125 million gallons of beer consumed in the city each year, and with beer culture playing an important role in the city's past and present, it's easy to see that Munich is the world's beer capital. Post. Do you agree with our list? What do you think is the best beer city in the world? With new top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.